together.
Okay, well, before I moved into the student house, I was expecting it to be really amazing because you got more freedom.
And for you to move in with like your good friends into a big house and everyone to get on and be cooperative towards each other.
Expected it to be more fun, just more freedom. You can make as much noise as you want, really.
Yeah, compared to my expectations, there's certain things about living in a student house that I didn't even think about, like getting annoyed at tiniest things.
There's washing up to be done the whole time, and the house is never cleaned. There's never any hoovering done.
Everything's got a place and it should be in it. And then if you've got limited space, even more so, because you can't have stuff lying around everywhere. And I can understand why people don't put things away, because they think, well, it's on the side, I can just use it really easily. But then that's a bit inconsiderate, thinking that everyone else could just do the same and you just have a side covered in everybody's stuff.
It's fucking shit. I'll be honest with you, it's probably the worst thing I've ever done at uni.
Yeah, and our drain pipes fall off the wall, which I wasn't expecting.
There's little things that I know will annoy people if I do them. Neil is in his own little cocoon, and he can be sat in his room next to his door just typing away, and you can just walk into his room and he can't see you. So I like to scare Neil. James doesn't like shadow. When we're all in the kitchen, it can get quite cramped. Now this is just something I found out completely by random. But if you stand really close to James and stand behind him, he can get quite agitated.
Apparently me doing the taps on's really annoying, but I don't actually do the taps on. I like to go out and have fun, and some people in this house sort of look down at me for doing that.
Maybe I put across a slight air of being better than them.
I've got this thing about tea bags that I know annoys them, definitely. I don't know why, but every time I make up a tea, I just leave the tea bag anywhere. I think I annoy them because I have a heater in my room, and they've got this big thing about obviously the heating not being on because they refuse to pay for it. And obviously this room is on the end of the house, so it's freezing cold.
He made this point of buying his ketchup and then telling us not to touch it. Instead of just shouting up about it, he was like, I've just bought some new ketchup and I'm going to put it in my cupboard, so don't touch it. It's like, James, if you don't want us to touch your ketchup, don't tell us where you put it. So I nicked it and I kind of held it to ransom for a while. So yeah, I kind of took photos of it around different places on campus and then posted the pictures around the house. And then I made a note and got some little sachets of ketchup and said that the ketchup were the babies of his raped ketchup bottle because I kidnapped and raped his ketchup.
Well, there's quite a few things annoy me in this house.
Dan is the most lazy person I've ever met in my life.
I mean, there's some stuff there that he cooked, I don't know how long ago, and it's still not been cleaned, and he refuses to clean it.
Marie is extremely annoying.
And she leaves the taps on all the time, and I'm laying in bed and you can hear them slowly trickling.
She's left the taps on pretty much every day of her life as she lived in this house. Occasionally I've gone in there, both taps have been running. Did you just leave them on and then completely forget what you were in there for? Or just fall over or something and lose your memory? I actually mentioned it to her the other day, and now she's gone off on one and hasn't spoken to me since, which is quite funny.
She's also prone to switching the TV on, leaving the room, going and switching her laptop on full blast, going upstairs, flushing the... She's just really loud.
She seems to be able to make very strange noises.
She's got this cough that she always has where she sounds like a male pit bull terrier. It's like...
It's sort of like a cat coughing up a fur ball.
Which she does about 4 in the morning when she's coming down that corridor.
I get quite annoyed with James, who leaves his tea bags everywhere.
James has probably got one of the most annoying, but yet pointless things. He seems unable to stick a tea bag in the bin. He just leaves tea bags in random places around the house.
He's just can't be bothered to go to the bin, which is probably closer than his cup.
Oh, James's heater. Oh. I don't know why he needs a heater. James just thinks that his room is somehow separate from the rest of the house and therefore is freezing cold. But just stick another jumper on.
Come together.
There's some people in this house I'd rather were dead.
So you only really get to know people when you live with them.
It's fun, but I question how soon you've got to move in with people.
Obviously, you have a good laugh. Most of the time, I think I'm having a good laugh.
As much as I said I hate living in a house, I'd do it again, but with different people.